Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
I want to gamble. Gambling is a very serious business. Is that clear?
Welcome to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you here, deep from the swamps of Jersey. We got a great show coming up for you. You know, usually during the show, I get to interview some of the biggest newsmakers in the gaming and casino industries. But this week, I'm going to be joined by the House of Cards executive producer, Doug Weischadle, and we're going to actually talk about some of the biggest news stories happening in the gaming and casino industry. Whether it be casinos, sports betting, iGaming, esports, the gaming industry is constantly changing, and Doug's going to pick a couple of the biggest stories that occur in the last month, and we're going to talk about them and see what they mean for the gaming industry. So when we come back, we're talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month. So stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards. Hey, Dave Weischadle from House of Cards. I just got my Dugout mug delivered, and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for House of Cards. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. DugoutMugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking. Hey, this is Dave Weischadle from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of May 4th, 2026. Caesars Entertainment announced the 2026 World Series of Poker online bracelet schedule. The online schedule features 30 online gold bracelet events held from May 30th through July 14th, highlighted by a $7 million guaranteed prize pool throughout the series. Eligible U.S. jurisdictions for this online series are Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. According to a poll conducted by Fairleigh Dickinson University, New Jersey voters oppose the idea of casino expansion outside of Atlantic City. The poll revealed that 44% of respondents favored casino expansion in the Garden State, 49% opposed expansion, and 7% were undecided. Casino expansion in New Jersey would require a constitutional amendment approved by the voters. And finally, Golden Nugget Atlantic City debuted some new enhancements to the property. At the center of the new features is the Lightning Link Lounge, which is now open near Bar 46. 17 new slot titles have been added to the gaming floor, as well as machines with the new iView displays, which gives players an easy view of their comp balances, tier credits, and card status. The main atrium also has been redone with a new modern look. Always a great place to visit in Atlantic City. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on X at HOC Radio.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Your Majesty, the royal wrestlers await.
I'll bet on the little guy. How much? 3,000 guineas, 2 geese, and a duck. That's a foul bet.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. This week, I'm joined by the House of Cards executive producer, Doug Weischadle, and we're going to actually talk about some of the biggest news stories happening in the gaming and casino industry.
Well, I think everybody in the world knows the new NFL season is coming upon us pretty soon. Draft just happened. We're moving into training camps, OTAs, all that stuff. And here we have the NFL entering the season as we're taping without a sports betting partner.
Well, like I said, we tape this in advance, so by this time they may have an official sponsor.
Negotiations are going on.
But I'm surprised it took them as long as it did, to get to this point,
Well, the deals that they had with FanDuel, DraftKings, and Caesars expired at midnight March 31st or April 1st, however you want to look at it. And those three had been the official sportsbook partners with the league for quite a while, and the category had been created back in 2021 by the NFL. Now, one of the key points of the deals was the fact that they had to have official data to be a part of these deals.
Yeah, that's the important part of the deal, is the official data. And, they always throw in, you can use our logos and stuff like that, but that's just for, design purposes and stuff like that.
Window dressing.
Yeah, it's kind of, but the data thing is the real important thing. So I'm curious about, we're talking about sports books and, sports betting. I'm curious going forward, this is going to be an interesting year with regard to prediction markets in the NFL. So we're going to have to work on finding out how that's going to affect the NFL and if there are going to be deals in the future with anything.
Well, the sports betting category is still where the NFL wants to be, because the prediction markets in the eyes of the NFL are still a unregulated area of the gambling industry.
It's kind of a murky area now as we go in. I mean, the sportsbook operators are, governed by the states. There are rules and regulations with regard to each state, with regard to sports betting. There's nothing as concrete as those rules and regulations for the prediction markets. It's kind of a, I hate to use the word gray area, because everyone says gray markets when they're doing offshore, but it's kind of a murky area when it comes to rules and regulations and, who's in charge of regulating these entities and policing these entities. So, it's one of those things that, and I've said it before, I think this is the year where we're going to get some clarity on the prediction markets issues going forward.
Staying with the sports betting area, the actual sports betting, the three that had the deals with the league itself. Now, Caesars seems to be changing their stance on the package that they had with the NFL. They've already have the casino sponsorship going. They have the naming rights to the stadium in Louisiana too.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's named in New Orleans, right?
Yes, and they did that year the Super Bowl was.
What's the official name of it? Caesars Superdome or
Caesars Entertainment Superdome?
Okay.
They originally were talking about Caesars Sportsbook Superdome, but then they just made it Caesars Entertainment Superdome, because it covers both the online and the online casino, the land-based casino, the retail sports books, and the online sports books. Now, according to their CEO, they're going to be changing the way they're doing things, because even regardless of whether or not they were going to re-up with the NFL in terms of a sports betting deal, the deal had to be different from Caesars' point of view, because it was just too much in terms of the money they outlaid for the deal for the sponsorship with the NFL. They're everybody's doing the money saving aspect of it. Caesars is scaling back everything, so they're getting a better bottom line. Now it's a matter of making money for their investors, for their companies.
Yeah, look closely at everything that every gaming operator is doing. They're cutting where they can cut. Whether it be dropping poker rooms, and whether it be dropping live dealers and going for these games that, people can play, for themselves with, and, they don't need dealers and things like that. And the high limit slot areas, they're making room for them. So there's always places where they're looking to save some money.
Well, the other issue,
which is completely understandable. They have
to do this.
They have to make money for their stockholders, and I mean they have a duty to do that. So you could completely understand.
And also don't forget, when you're dealing with the online casino side of thing, a lot of these companies are starting to reinvest in in-house casino makers.
Sure.
Caesars has their Empire Creative, which creates games and starting to create more and more games for the platform. Everybody's starting to do more in-house to save some money.
Sure.
The one thing everyone is reporting regarding FanDuel and DraftKings, which I'm assuming still want to be NFL partners.
Oh, yeah. No,
the deal is becoming difficult for them to justify what they were doing before because of an increase in the price of the data. Mm-hmm. The data's price has gone up.
Well, look, the data is such a necessary thing when you're a sports book. So,
official data.
Official data, yeah. Certainly official data is, because, look, I mean, if you don't have official data, it might differ from the actual official data. So, there might be problems with that. So that's why it's important to have official data.
Well,
but honestly, moving forward, I think they'll
work out a deal.
Certainly, there's going to be deals worked out. Probably by the time we're talking right now, by the time this airs, they probably have some kind of deals in place.
But regarding the data portion of this, you got to remember the NFL is a shareholder or stakeholder in Genius.
Sure.
So the bottom line of Genius's data deals does affect other deals that the NFL has. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a circular argument because they want the official data, which they partially own, but the ownership of the data means that you got to pay an increased price to get the data, which affects the deal you're going to be getting from your sports books, which kind of offsets any gains you have by owning the data company or partially owning the data company.
See, I like I said, I think they're going to work out deals and things like that. I think everything's going to be worked out. I mean, this is a time of year in the NFL where, everyone's getting their ducks in a row and they're going into the the off season and going to camps and mini camps and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be worked out, but it's one of those things where right now everyone's looking for a story for the NFL. It's certainly the draft was a big thing, and this is another one of these things where it shows that the NFL is a 24/7, 12 months a year.
Case in point, we're talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, it probably, like I said, they'll probably have it done while we're talking now. So while it's being aired. So I thought it was interesting that they let it run out, but usually.
I don't think they let it run out.
Well, usually these things are renewed before the previous contract expires. But
they've been negotiating before the contract expires.
Sure.
But you also got to remember there's a lot of contraction going on, especially in the online sports betting side. A lot of from the beginning of this, back in 2021 when they first started having sports betting sponsors, there's a lot less operators out there. Mm-hmm. And really, other than FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM, everybody else is sort of considered second tier.
Sure.
I remember PointsBet came out strong. They're now really not even in the market anymore. They're what was it? ScoreBet.
Yeah.
That was here, then it went out again.
Look, the thing is, there's just too much money to be made, and so it's going to get worked out. It might be kind of different from the past, but it's just at this point they almost need each other. You can't turn on a football game without seeing the pre-games and the post-games are sponsored by sports books. You can't look at a far shot of the stadium without seeing
something.
Sports books advertising
some
everywhere.
Sort of operator.
So it's everywhere.
But I think the supply and demand sides have switched now. Mm-hmm. Because of what's going on in the market.
And look,
I think the sports books are in a better area to possibly do some better terms for themselves moving forward.
And look, you throw prediction markets in there, and it kind of complicates everything. And everyone has to take a fresh look at this stuff. But But
this will all be worked out. You're not going to see the NFL without a sports betting sponsor.
And certainly when it comes to prediction markets, anyway, there's going to be more clarity this year, whether it be through legislation or through court decisions or something like that. So it's fascinating to see it work out and see the contract negotiations and what you have to think about when it comes to either sportsbook operators or prediction markets. So it's a fascinating time to look at sports.
Yep.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. See you on the other side.
You're listening to House of Cards. Check out our website at houseofcardsradio.com.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Create an account using our promo code Turnpike and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with House of Cards executive producer Doug Weischadle, talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month.
Previous exit here, you just mentioned prediction markets.
Yep.
Now we have prediction markets trying to declare themselves non-gambling entities. They're financial investment institutions. They're event contract makers. You're not betting on anything. You are investing in a contract. Mm-hmm. Everything they're trying to say is not, they're trying to avoid the, hey, we're a sports betting operation. Here we have Kalshi filing trademark applications and calling themselves a gambling operator. Now, I understand when you file a trademark, you try and cover all your bases in terms of the services you're offering, especially in the service mark area.
Sure.
Because you never know where competition is going to come from, and you really do have to anticipate certain things down the road, whether it is competition, whether it's a change in the designations on a state or federal-wide level in the country. So Kalshi has filed a trademark. As a matter of fact, they have filed two.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the one of them first, and then we'll go into the next one, which they just recently filed.
All right.
They filed one back in March of back in last year, 2025, for the term prediction market.
Oh,
that's it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they filed one back in September.
So
October.
Are they trying to say they're the only one that can be called a prediction market? I mean, if Polymarket used the word prediction market in one of their advertising letters, or
they have been trying to.
Okay.
At the current, I'll give you the end result right now.
Okay.
At the current time we're taping this, which is several months after the filing, they had received a non-final office action and they had an extension granted so before a response could be made. So they still have some more time. They're still on the clock right now.
Explain with a non-final.
I will explain the actual response from the trademark office as I'm going through this.
Yeah.
They filed.
Sounds like they didn't get it.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
They have filed the prediction market mark application for the term prediction market. And one of the descriptions they had in there was bookmaking services, providing information related to sports betting, organizing, arranging, conducting sports betting and gambling tournaments.
Okay.
So they have put the word gambling and sports betting everywhere in their application. They've also done software options and everything else for the overall platform itself. When you do file a trademark, you have to list the goods and services you're applying to protect under that mark.
Okay.
Where trademarks, basic definition, they're the source of the goods. You know, like when you call a tissue a Kleenex.
Yeah.
Never do that because Kleenex is a trademark. You're actually using a tissue.
Or when you make a copy.
Yeah. Don't Xerox it. You're copying
Xerox
it.
You're copying.
Yes, and because you're using somebody else's trademark when you say it that way.
Sure.
It's where you think the goods and services extend from. And part of the application, like I said, you have to describe the goods and services. The trademark office does outlay generic terminology to put into your application, or you can do it yourself to make it more narrowly tailored. Now, they've got the software, they've got the gambling, they've got all that. They filed it, and they got a non-final office action, which means that there are some things wrong with the application in the eyes of the trademark examiner that was reviewing the
which
application.
Which prevents them from
getting it to the next step of publication, which then would be, if it goes through the publication without anybody fighting it, you get the registration.
By the way, a lot of people are going to be fighting that one, right?
Oh, they've got a more interesting problem coming up.
Yeah.
Because of what I found looking this stuff up. Because I wanted to double check all these reports about these marks that are being filed, because there are a lot of them out there, by the way. But one of the interesting things that the trademark office responded with in their non-final office action, number one, they called it generic and merely descriptive. They rejected it on 2 counts there. In regards to the actual goods and services, the trademark office suggested changing bookmaking services to gambling services. So Kalshi's kind of in a little bit of a pickle in terms of respond, and I understand why they filed an extension to respond, because I wouldn't even know how to respond to that if I'm trying to say I'm not a gambling operator.
And then the federal government, a representative from the federal government saying, you have to change bookmaking to gambling. So
yeah, so right now it's a dilemma. For their attorneys at least, more so their attorneys than Kalshi, because Kalshi on March 26th of this year filed another trademark application, the world's largest prediction market.
Okay.
Again, non-final office action, came back with generic, merely descriptive. Interestingly enough, the trademark examiner let the bookmaking services terminology go through. He said no. They suggested no changes to that services listing there.
Well, look, agents are different, just like judges.
Examiners are different.
I use the term agents, but they're examiners. But they're all different. They have their own opinion. They can see things in a different way. But now, I would think any kind of trademark application like this will be, there are people going to be fighting this one. I mean, Polymarket's going to be fighting it. Robinhood will probably be fighting it. I mean, certainly they don't want one organization just to be able to use the term prediction market.
Kalshi's going to have to fight this because there's another mark in the till right there for the trademark office, filed back on January 16th of this year by another company, the world's largest prediction market.
Oh, okay. So that was okay. Wow. All right. I'm assuming, did they have the same problem as Kalshi? Is it merely descriptive, or
they got the generic, merely descriptive? They did not get the bookmaking to gambling. They went through fine there too, but they have several marks. This company, it was called Block2Size or something like that. I'm assuming this is a prediction market on blockchain.
Okay.
Because of the name. Whatever, block whatever it is.
Know.
So, but this is going to be interesting to see whether or not Kalshi wants to fight this. The world's largest prediction market is in all their ads and everything else. So I'm wondering if they're going to have to figure out a way to either get this other company's application knocked out, or they're going to have to work something out to get the mark away from the other company.
Yeah.
Because this is Wild West terms in terms of trademark office.
Yeah, and especially if they don't want to be called a gambling operator or anything like that, or anything. You don't want to put that in a federal document that you're calling yourself a gambling operator. So, it's kind of an interesting situation that Kalshi finds itself in.
Well, I think all the other prediction markets are going to be watching this too.
Oh, sure.
Now
they got their lawyers ready to go to oppose anything like this. So.
Well, see, that's where the next stage comes in. If they do make it to the publication stage, which is the trademark office's. By the way, in all these applications, they have found no conflicting marks in terms of the marks in the database itself or the trademark office. It's always generic, merely descriptive, because how else are you going to describe a prediction market, by calling it a prediction market?
Sure.
It's your services. And I think that'll be the biggest stumbling block, not the terms, not the description of services. I think what's going to happen is states are going to take notice of this. Mm-hmm. And if they are gambling services, this is evidence in cases. Are you kidding me? This will be evidence in cases.
In a federal document, you yourself described yourself as a gambling operator.
The federal government told you to describe yourself as gambling services.
So, we'll see how that. Maybe they'll find another term for it, or something.
That's what they're going to have to do.
See, this is when lawyers get creative. They have to find other terms for things, and they don't want to back themselves into a quarter later on down the road. So,
and by the way, there are about another half a dozen prediction market marks that are dead in the trademark office. They were abandoned. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing a lot of people trying this route. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see how the responses of the non-final office actions will tell you their arguments in court, too.
When can we expect that? So that's going to be interesting to watch. I might even look that up. Wait, first off, tell us how you search a trademark, because what site do you go to?
Just go to uspto.gov. Mm-hmm. And you go into their trademark sections, and they have a search our database section. You just type in the mark you're looking for, and it gives you all the information. So not just the information on the mark, but also the documents responding to
all the filing. So you yourself who are listening out there can get on the internet and watch this drama being played out.
Watch some of these definitions that are being thrown about in the responding documents from the trademark office being thrown out into the cases going on against Kalshi, Coinbase, all these other ones that are doing the prediction markets.
Yep.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. See you on the other side.
Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In a moment of need, every second counts. So first responders, delivery drivers, and visitors can find your home fast, even in the dark. This is about more than just a number. It's about safety, visibility, and peace of mind. We created a house number that is not only a beacon of safety, but also a work of art. Crafted from durable stainless steel and waterproof acrylic, with efficient, low-voltage LED backlighting, it's uniquely yours. Choose from 6 sizes, 4 fonts, and 6 colors, and match your home's mood with bright, neutral, or warm white halo lighting. Add dusk to dawn, dimming and timing controls for complete command.
Every order includes free worldwide shipping, plus a 2-year warranty on lighted numbers and all powering accessories.
This is the ultimate home upgrade. A perfect blend of style, quality, and function.
Buy yours today.
You're listening to House of Cards.
I'm talking sick piles of money. I'm talking lay on your bed in your Vegas room, throw the money in the air, and dance as it showers down on you money. I'm talking frosted glass limo money. I'm talking big cowboy hat, silver turquoise buckle money. I'm talking gambling.
I am in love with you.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Create an account using our promo code Turnpike and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with House of Cards executive producer Doug Weischadle, talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month.
Well, another week, another prediction market story.
Oh, boy.
Boy, this is
going to be weekly now. So
well, as soon
they're
as
in the news constantly.
If they're not running into trouble in different individual states with lawsuits, they're running into trouble with federal stuff. This is just crazy the way the prediction market industry is growing.
Well,
here.
It just
especially the sports prediction market.
We need guidelines. We need rules and regulations. We need to know who's in charge of enforcing maybe problems down the road. I mean, what kind of bets can be placed? If someone voids a bet, I mean, where do you go to see if it's the correct opinion or it's just a mess. We need to know who's in charge, and we need some guardrails here.
Also, what happens when an operator makes a mistake on a market, too?
Well, that's what I mean. You want to avoid a bet, and then all of a sudden, what do the bettors, or I don't even know what you call them now, bettors. I know they don't like to be called
investors. They're investors.
Where do the sports investors go to seek a remedy if there's a problem?
I actually saw someone refer to these people that bet on these platforms as contract holders.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a very nice way of saying you're a gambler.
Right.
Whatever, however you want to call these people. We're seeing this market evolve in a really odd way, even more so than the sports betting industry evolved.
I guess there are some growing pains here that has to be
from all
worked
sides.
out.
From all sides. So, okay. But we've just seen Major League Baseball enter into a deal for a prediction market. They did the memorandum of understanding with the CFTC. I always want to say reverse the T and the F, but it's the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. We saw the NHL do deals with prediction markets, UFC's prediction markets, Major League Soccer. By the way, I still like the way Major League Soccer started the ball rolling, an integrity-based deal, which was really cool to see.
I mean, right now, the integrity based and what can be bet on and what can't be bet on, it's by agreement usually between the prediction markets and the entity that is being. I want to use the word bet on, but bet on, invested in. How's that?
Contracted for.
Okay, so I don't know, but
here we have, to your point, we now have the NFL getting into the mix here a little bit.
Sure.
Right now, the NFL has sent letters to some of the prediction market operators like Kalshi, Polymarket, and their basic stance right now, and before we even get into
you mean the NFL?
Their basic stance regarding prediction markets, they need more guardrails, which is what you've been saying too. Yeah. And they need the guardrails before they would consider a partnership with some of these prediction markets. And number one, smart.
Sure.
But number two, that's going to change because, the report came out that the NFL will be entering in the new season without a sports betting operator partner.
Yes, at the moment, as we speak right now.
Oh, they're talking it out.
We don't know. I mean, they're still in negotiations and everything like that. But look, it's one of those things where an understanding has to be come to by the NFL and these prediction markets. Because look, right now, as it stands now, the prediction markets can't use any of the official data right now. That's why they do these partnerships. That's how the official partners of the NFL will share in the data. And will have their logos and will have their other things.
See, that's the difference between the prediction market platforms and the sports betting operators. The NFL has a policy in place for the data to be part of the sports betting operators' operations. They don't have anything in place regarding prediction markets just yet.
Sure.
But that is where we are here with the NFL. They have sent letters to some of the prediction market platforms, And according to the letter, they wanted to protect game participants from unfair and unwanted allegations tied to gambling and prediction markets. Mm-hmm. And they sent that because what they want to do is take a look at the offerings, there's the other word, offerings, by the prediction market platforms to their customers. And they identified specifically 4 types of offerings that they would like the prediction markets to think about not offering or requesting them to not offer. And they're all easily manipulated by a single person. You know, missed field goals, draft picks, player signings, coach firings, anything related to officiating and inherently objectionable topics. All the same stuff that they have asked the sports books to avoid doing as well. Mm-hmm. I like the 2 that are kind of specific to the prediction market platforms. Broadcaster mention.
Okay.
And also celebrity attendance.
Okay.
Those were 2 specific ones that are not offered by sports books, but are offered by prediction markets. You know, they said there was a report out there, millions of dollars were traded on Kalshi regarding on what the announcers said and what celebrities appeared at the Super Bowl.
Interesting. Okay.
I remember one of them had issues with regards to...
One of what had issues?
One of the prediction markets had issues with regard to who performed. You know, the way they phrased performed versus appeared. You know, the halftime show?
Oh, the halftime show. Yeah. Someone, I think it was a female singer.
Cardi B.
Yeah, I mean, she was on stage.
She danced.
She danced. I don't know exactly. Did she sing? Did she back up vocals? I don't even know. I wasn't.
Well, that was what the concern was. You know, it was a very interpretive market that they set. Well,
that's my question. Who determines, you know, if there's a conflict of a certain market, you know? So, you know.
I didn't even know there were markets on what the broadcasters were saying.
I didn't know that either.
That's a very unique market right there. Mm-hmm. And I guess has that ever been a consideration by sportsbooks?
I don't think so. I've never even thought of that market kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't even know examples of what, you know, if
maybe the broadcaster said, you know, pointed out someone in the crowd. Will he do that? How will he refer to them?
Okay.
What was his first call? You know, that sort of. I don't know I don't remember.
Yeah,
I actually did not look at any of the prediction markets.
I'm curious to take a look
at
what that is, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, I would think the NFL would have some kind of issue with that. I don't know. Like I said, this is all going to have to shake out over the next year or so because, you know, it's confusion right now. So.
Well, you know, the next thing is the NFL may have to do what Major League Baseball did with that memorandum of understanding with the commission, where they actually agreed to anonymously or provide anonymous data or statistics with the CFTC, and then start looking at guidelines on how to, you know, protect the integrity of that sport. Mm-hmm. The NFL doesn't have a formal agreement. They said they've had meetings with the commission, and they feel that the regulator values their insight, but I don't know if that really goes so far as to, you know, the CFTC's putting out any regulations that follows what the NFL wants.
Sure. Well, it's going to be interesting. I don't know where this is going to go. Certainly prediction markets are here. I think they have to, you know, figure out the guidelines and the guardrails as we're talking about it now. So you just don't know.
Yeah,
and this is for consumer protection too. Like you know, like I said, you know, the performance issue. I mean, if you feel it's a performance, but the prediction market doesn't feel like it's a performance, where do you go to, you know, hash that problem out? Who decides whether it is a performance or not a performance? So that's what we're going to have to figure out.
That's why, you know, it's also a matter of crafting the right language. Mm-hmm. Some kind of regulation has to be in place as to how you're going to phrase things, too. I mean, I like the no negative bet things, or I'm sorry, no negative markets, you know, or objectionable markets. Mm-hmm. You know, who's going to get hurt, player injuries, all that stuff. I'm just wondering how far these guys, I mean, you talked about the Super Bowl here with everything and the announcers, the celebrity attendance. Did anyone offer the length of the anthem?
Well,
that's one that you know in advance.
That seems like it's always offered,
unlicensed.
It's one of those things where usually someone listens to the practice the day before and has inside information on that. So that's one of those markets that it's strange if someone offers it. Maybe they do. I doubt it, and a lot of them are lip synced. Or
pre-recorded,
or at least the music is recorded, so someone knows how long that is. So that's a weird one.
See, now wouldn't that fall under easily manipulated, especially if the performer actually bet on themselves to go a different time and all that stuff?
I don't know about that, but if a performer bet on themselves, that's probably the last time they'll be performing. Performing at a game.
Well, that's up to Apple. That's up to Apple
of any kind. So
I wonder what would happen if Apple got into the prediction market business. They do the halftime show.
Well,
is there going to be some sort of conflict of interest in some other areas we're not even thinking of?
How about Apple employees placing these bets or contracts or whatever you want to call them? But it's that's what I mean. These things have to be regulated. Right now, it's kind of like the Wild West. We don't know what's going to fly, what's not going to fly. Courts are going to have to get involved. I think state legislators are going to have to get involved.
Well,
Maybe the federal government.
You've got the administration suing several states now because of the prediction market bans or whatever you want to call them.
Well, I don't know how far that's going to go. I mean, the states have a good argument. We don't know. For the sake and the protection of our citizens, you got to put some rules and regulations up for these things.
No, I know.
Right now, it's a free for all.
But when you have pieces of the administration involved with some of the prediction markets, I mean, they're. You have Truth Social doing a deal with a prediction market. You've got some other people involved that are part of the administration on boards of directors and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many different moving parts of this.
Down the courts.
Down the road, anyway. I don't know what's going to happen, but the NFL prediction markets are probably watching this because since there's no official sports betting operator, there is a window here.
Yeah, they're filling a void.
Things worked out.
Maybe
get things worked out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. See you on the other side.
People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Welcome to another edition of Beating the House. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country, sometimes the continent, sometimes even the world, talking about the latest jackpots in the lottery and casino industries. If it's $100,000 or more, we will be talking about it on this show. Game releases, jackpot announcements, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. This week, we're going to be heading over to the MGM digital platforms for a new game to talk about.
Okay.
This is a game from Octoplay, and it's on BetMGM and the Borgata platforms, both online. And it's called Elvis Presley Viva Los Records.
By the way, I saw the video of this. This looks pretty cool. I mean, when I say the video, when these games are released, they usually send out a demo reel or
a trailer and all
trailer
that
or stuff. They're kind of like movies now. You can't have a movie without a trailer. Now you can't have a slot game opening up without a trailer. But it looks really cool.
It's kind of different because it's a game that it's a 5-reel slot machine.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when you get a slot machine, you've got the chance to win a huge amount of money on the reels themselves. This game actually kind of relies more on the bonus feature to get the really big bucks. I mean, you get 4 or 5, depending on what your bet size is. When you're playing the actual game itself, not as big as when you get to the bonus features. And let me just explain what this is all about. It's everything Elvis.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, look.
If you're an Elvis fan, this is the game for you.
That should be enough for you to try the game.
Yes.
It's everything Elvis. So just go try it if you're an Elvis fan. It's really great.
And one of the features, well, every symbol is something to do with either Elvis or music. It's got a guitar. It's got jukeboxes. And the wilds are Elvis's profile.
Yeah. Well, and I saw on the video that I don't know if it was the bonus game or whatever. One of the reels turned into a picture of Elvis.
That's the bonus game.
Okay,
that's triggered.
That was the bonus game. Okay,
that's triggered when you actually let me explain for those listening and not watching on TV. There is the play screen with the different reels, and above the reels there are 5 records. Discs.
Yeah, and are those gold records flying up there and stuff like that?
First of all, they look silver, the records above, and then as you're playing the game, gold records appear. They're all different values, by the way. There's a 5, there's a 10, there's 1s, all that stuff. And they fly up into those records that are above their column, or above their reel, I should say. And as soon as you fill up all 5 records, you get to go to the bonus round, which is what you're talking about. And when you do get a Elvis Presley popping up in one of the reels, it expands, fills up the entire column of the reel, and then it starts collecting all the other gold records that pop up on the screen during the bonus feature.
It looks really great. And by the way, I saw the video on a monitor that didn't have any sound, so I would assume this has some really great music attached to it, does it?
I was a little disappointed in the music.
Okay. All right.
Because while it does have the walking bass line you hear in the 50s rock and roll music, it really, I couldn't tell if it was actually a adaptation of an Elvis song or it was just generic blues.
Well, I'm going to
or
go
walking
back.
Bass lines.
You know what? Even better. I mean, it's on BetMGM. It's in Borgata. I have accounts in both.
Yep.
So I'm just going to go play it. And this is the one I'm going to keep the sound on. So.
By the way, overall,
I usually, anytime I
game.
Anytime I do it like a slot on my phone or on my computer, usually like there are people around, so I don't want to bother people, so I shut the sound off when I'm playing. This one, I'm going to put the sound on because,
the one thing I thought of when I first saw this, before I started playing, this is going to be like the Whitney Houston slot. You're going to have Elvis Presley songs. He's going to be singing as you're playing. Did not happen. It's just generic. It's just music.
Well, see, now I'm still
instrumental
try
music
it out.
playing underneath.
Okay,
and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's got all the bells and whistles for Elvis fans except for his music.
Okay,
well, but it's still a fun game. It's fast.
I'm absolutely going to play it.
And if you hit all 5 records during the bonus feature, you get 2,500 times your bet.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's where the real money kicks in. The hold and win bonus is fun. It's great to see that. You get to see all the silver discs turning into gold records, all that great stuff. Fast game, fun game. Good payout when you hit the bonus game.
Okay. Yeah, see, all these videos that I watch, it's like usually it's after you explain the game to me, but this is the one I saw before you started talking about it. So I got to get to a monitor with sound and stuff like that because I want to get the full effect of it. I want to get the full Elvis experience when I play this game. So I'm definitely going to check it out. What is it? BetMGM and Borgata,
BetMGM and Borgata. Right. And just so you know... I'm
assuming I can just like type in Elvis on the search bar and it'll go
it's on the home screen.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's a featured game.
Okay, perfect.
And just for you Elvis fans out there, they did an adaptation of one of his lines. Get ready for a little less conversation and a little more action to describe the game. So,
well, that was a
lyric.
It was a lyric. I can't remember what song, but I can't. I have it in my head.
I know it's going to be. It's an earworm now.
See now I got to think about it.
But it's BetMGM. If you go to BetMGM, use our promo code Turnpike. When you sign up, you get a 100% first deposit match up to $1,000. Plus $25 on the house to go ahead and get a casino bonus going there. And always, terms and conditions apply. 21 and older. Problem gambling, 800 Gambler.
It's a really great-looking game, too.
Yeah, good job by Octoplay.
Really, really good.
Got to give credit to Octoplay. They made a good game.
Good for them.
We're going to be starting off our casino jackpot segment, heading out to Nevada for a huge jackpot.
Huge. It has two huges on
It's
it. It's
hugest.
Okay.
We've gone over.
It's the most hugest jackpot ever.
It's the mostest hugest. We're going over to Mandalay Bay Resort for this one. We haven't done Mandalay Bay in quite a long time. We've got a $5 bet. Ordinary bet. Guys playing the the person, I should say, they remained anonymous. Person was playing the Mega Bucks Triple Red Hot 7 Spitfire Multipliers machine.
Wow, okay.
That's a big name, and it did a big payout, and this had to be confirmed by IGT, the game manufacturer.
Okay.
International Game Technology has confirmed the payout on the $5 bet to be $10,486,432.04.
Wow. What's shocking is, first off, $10 million is an insane amount of money.
Yes.
It's an incredible jackpot. I'm surprised that was the payout from a $5 bet. That's incredible.
Well, this also ends up being a progressive too. They said so.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's the most progressive thing in the world.
I don't know what the progressive starts at because every resort sets it differently.
That's unbelievable. $10 million. Wow.
Almost $10.5 million.
Wow.
Talk about starting off right with this show.
Yeah. By the way, I would remain anonymous too.
Oh, yeah.
That's just an overwhelming jackpot.
I just wonder what you do after winning that size. I mean, a couple
anything
thousand,
you
couple
want.
million.
You do anything you want.
I'm sure the
$10
casino
million jackpot, whatever.
And I'm sure the casino treated them right too. Afterwards,
I would guess. I mean, yeah, absolutely. So,
all right, here we are. We're going to be leaving Nevada for our next one. We're going to California, and we're going to visit our Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Almost a weekly installment of Thunder Valley.
What's going on with Thunder Valley? I mean, is this a table game? Is it a slot? Because they have some of the loosest slots apparently ever. I mean, every week it's Thunder Valley, it seems.
This is a slot.
All right.
And it's one we're familiar with in terms of the overall brand. This is a different game underneath this brand. This is a Dragon Link Genghis Khan machine.
Ah.
$5
By the way,
bet.
I was watching, just to get off a little bit, I was watching a Discovery Channel, and it was about Genghis Khan, but they call it Genghis Khan. So I don't know the correct pronunciation anymore. I was always Genghis Khan, but Dragon Link Genghis Khan or Dragon Link Genghis Khan, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure he's proud to have a slot machine named after him.
Well, what a tribute.
But we've got a $5 bet on the Genghis Khan slot machine, Dragon Link, $679,496.
Wow.
Yes.
See, a $25 bet.
I'm sorry. It was the $5 denomination slot machine, but a $25 bet.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I said it wrong. It was the Genghis Khan. I'm seeing now. You got me saying Genghis Khan $5 slot machine, $25 bet, progressive hit for $679,000 and change.
See, that makes the jackpot you talked about even more incredible. That was a $5 bet with $10 million. This was a $25 bet for $679,000.
By the way, going back to the $10 million winner, the press release said a casual $5 bet.
A casual $5 bet.
So the ordinary $5 bet did that. But anyway,
we've got a strenuous and aggressive $5 bet.
Well, hey, I don't know. He could have been hitting that spin reel button hard, pretty. But $25, $679,000 from Genghis Khan over there.
Okay.
Now the next two stops on our tour are going to be multiple jackpots in each location.
All right.
We're leaving California and we're heading all the way back over to the boardwalk in Atlantic City for New Jersey.
Okay.
Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City.
Oh, okay. I'll be there in a couple days.
3 lucky players we're going to be talking about.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Starting off with a $3 bet on a Journey to the Planet Moolah slot machine.
I actually played that one time.
That's the Orson Welles. Yeah. That's the takeoff from the Orson Welles War of the Worlds.
Yeah, because that occurred in New Jersey. Well, it
occurs on a farm with aliens.
Yeah. The original, radio play.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the original because that's a book by H.G. Wells.
Well, the original radio
play was in Rovers Mill, New Jersey.
Well, $3 bet on Moolah.
$3 bet. Okay.
Great. Got him some moolah. We got $585,911.80 there.
Okay.
Followed by another progressive jackpot on a $5 bet on triple diamond slots.
Okay.
$193,597.40.
Wow, okay.
Finally, a third guest playing the Screaming Link Scarabs of Egypt slot. Never played that one before. It's by Lightning Gaming. I like Lightning Gaming because they do a really good Headless Horseman game.
Okay.
That is always good for Halloween.
All right.
$5 bet on Screaming Links. $174,301.64.
See, I have to write these down. Like I said, I'm going to be there in a couple of days, so I'll check out these games. But at Hard Rock last time I was there, I did play that Planet Moolah thing. So
yeah, it's not a bad game.
No, it's fun.
It's fun online too.
It's it's got one of the cows. I just look for the cow.
Just look for the cows.
Yep.
And aliens and a spaceship in the
aliens
picture,
and cows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leaving New Jersey, we're heading all the way down 95, and we're going to Florida.
Okay.
And now we have here the Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee.
Mm-hmm.
Still fun to look at that name when you spell it.
Yeah, it looks
out there.
weird. Certainly I've heard of Immokalee, but when you look at it spelled, it's one of those words that looks really weird when you look at it on paper.
Well, the Immokalee Casino has turned out 3 players with 4 jackpots.
Wow.
In 2 days.
Wow. Okay.
Totaling $767,569.11.
Okay.
We're going to start off on the last one of the group here on April 2nd. We have a $22 bet on the Dancing Drum slot machine.
Okay.
$372,026.13. Then the day before, on April Fool's Day, we have 2 players winning 3 jackpots. We have, on the Buffalo Link slot machine, a $200 bet winning $149,880.
Wow.
Same player goes to a different Buffalo Link machine.
Interesting. I wonder why.
Don't know. May went to the bathroom and came back and couldn't get back to us.
Maybe went to lunch or something and came back and the other one was occupied.
Or
maybe it was, once they hit a jackpot, maybe it was
the idea of go to the next
or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but he went to a different Buffalo Link slot machine, put a $100 bet in.
Okay.
$137,662.98.
What a day. Okay.
The second player that day, that was one player, same player, 2 different Buffalo Link slot machines. We have a $500 bet on a Dragon Link.
Mm-hmm.
$108,000
Wow.
even.
Okay.
So that's 3 jackpots,
We're some
2
big
players
spenders
on
at the slots that Immokalee. Wow. Okay.
Four jackpots, 3 players, 2 days. We had 3 jackpots on one day with 2 players.
It paid off.
Yes.
Look at that.
Well, Seminole casinos down there always seem to kick out a lot of jackpots.
We always talk about it.
Yeah. That's it for this week's Beat in the House. Congratulations to the winners we talked about. Congratulations to the winners we didn't have a chance to talk about out there. We only do $100,000 or more. A lot more winners of both casino, lottery, keno, bingo, everything. There's a lot more winners out there than what we are able to cover in the show, so congratulations to everybody. Game releases, jackpot announcements, info at turnpikesportsradio.com.
Well, that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time with House of Cards.
Across the desert plain, you build a house of